right, Coach, we'll just throw it to you for an opening statement.
Okay, just in terms of the Miami game, that was a very good win for our program, with the rivalry being what it is, and just for our seniors to finally get a win over Miami was big, and very excited about the progress that our defense is making. I think the last two games we've really put together some good efforts. The second half of Buffalo, and I thought that was the most complete game we've played on defense the whole year. Offensively, it was sloppy at times, but we made enough plays. Disappointed. I think we left a lot of opportunities out there that could have put the game away earlier, and our failure to cash in on some opportunities really pushed that game into the fourth quarter, but it was encouraging to see us run the football at the end of the game and put it away the way we did. We have some issues on special teams right now. The punt block, we dodged a bullet with Jared Sanderson's interception after that one, but that one really could have cost us. And we're just not very consistent right now kicking field goals. We missed two kicks that I would expect us to make. And with the drop touchdown passes and the turnover before the half and the missed field goals, there was a lot of points that we left on the board and really should have put Miami away earlier than we did. But again, we were excited that we won the game. Moving ahead to Akron, again, anytime you get to November, I think every team is dangerous. Akron was a team that came into the year with high expectations. I believe they were picked second or third in the East preseason. On offense, it's a veteran team. They have 4 starters back on the offensive line, and those guys are good players. They have some very good skilled receivers. We have 3, that are probably collectively certainly one of the stronger groups in the MAC. And their struggles have been at quarterback. They go in the year with the starter who's suspended, their backup then tears his ACL, and they end up playing their third quarterback, who is very talented, and I'd say similar to the Miami quarterback, is a guy that you just see him getting better week to week, and he's playing with more confidence. And when he is on and he's playing well, like he did the Kent game, they can be a very dangerous offensive team. Defensively, they've really been solid all year. If you look at their numbers, they've been towards the upper half of the MAC defensively. They got some guys that can rush the passer, and they have a veteran secondary. So again, when you get to November, I think you throw out the records. This is a very big game for us and what our goals are this year, and we've got to be ready to play.
You mentioned the defense, and they had 6 sacks and forced 5 turnovers against Miami, and how well they've been playing the last couple of games. What would you say the difference is, or attribute that change to?
Well, the one thing we did against Miami is we got them out of their run game. And when we've struggled this year on defense because we haven't defended the run well, and we haven't forced people out of it. And in the Miami game, for a number of reasons, I think we got them out of their run game. We got a lead, which forced them to be a one-dimensional offense. And when a team becomes one-dimensional, it allows you to pin your ears back. We got 16 hits on the quarterback. We got 16 hits on Dysart last week, and a quarterback can only take so many shots, and then I think it starts having an effect on them. So that was critical last week that we did that, and I think it's going to be important we do that this week as well. And really the key is we can't allow their running game to get going.
You spoke about some of the goals for this team. What's being talked about more, MAC championship, trying to move up in the standings, or bowl eligibility?
Well, it's really keeping our goals alive. That when we were sitting there at 3 and 4, we said that one of our goals is to have a winning season and to go to a bowl, and those two goals we still control. The MAC championship goal is still out there, but a lot of the coins would have to flip the right way, so we don't have control over that. And at that point, we said if our goal is to be 7 and 5, you first have to be 4 and 5 and 5 and 5 to be 7 and 5, and now our goal is to be 6 and 5. So I know that sounds simple and very logical, but you can never let your football team, you can never allow them to look ahead. That the only thing that we can control is how we play against Akron. It's a 1-week season, and if we can do the job this week, we keep our goals alive for another week.
How far has the team come from the beginning of the year to now?
Well, and I've said this all along, that we played a pretty tough schedule in September. So we played at times very good football against Missouri, and we played well at times against Marshall, and Missouri's a bowl-eligible Big 12 team, and the last time I looked, Boise's having a pretty good season. And, so at times we played well early in the year, but part of it has to do with who you play, and, we didn't play well enough to beat those teams. And, I think we've made a lot of progress. Just watching us defensively, we're tackling better. Our assignments are better. And I really credit our senior class for that. When you start out a season 1-4, if you don't have good senior leadership, that can quickly become 1-5, 1-6, 1-7. And I said all along that the thing I was encouraged about is we never practiced like a losing football team. When we were 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, our Tuesday practice had tempo. I thought our attitude was good. We went out there and got work done. And because of that, and because of the leadership of our senior class, I think we are a much better football team now than we were 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. And that's what we got to continue to do is, you're in November, it's late in the year, can you still get better? Because we need to if we expect to win football games.
You mentioned not really looking ahead, but how much is it in your mind, though, that if you get one more win, you're bowl eligible?
Well, that's what this week can do, and being bowl eligible and getting to a bowl. Certainly a 6-6 MAC team is far from a shoo-in to go to a bowl. So, certainly this week would be our goal is to get number 6 and become bowl eligible. But to say you're bowl eligible and go into a bowl is two different things. So, but that's all we can worry about this week. That our goal this week is to become a bowl eligible football team, and to put ourselves in a position that we become an attractive team for a bowl team to win.
Coach, if you go, say, 7-5 or 6-6, and are still the 4th or 5th team in the MAC, how much do you feel that having the offensive firepower that you have will help a bowl committee maybe select you over one of those higher MAC teams?
Oh, I mean, right now the bowls are a lot about TV ratings and selling tickets, and I mean the one thing you'd say about us is offensively we're fun to watch. We throw the ball as well as almost anybody in the country. We certainly have some marquee name players, and the one thing we can guarantee them almost is the game will go into the 4th quarter. It'll be exciting. It's been every game this year except one that it's been to the 4th quarter that the outcome is still in doubt. I mean, if you take away the Boise game, with 15 minutes left in the game, every game that we've played in, the outcome has still been in doubt. And, so I think our guys will fight to the end and be resilient. And I'm sure the Rose Bowl will be calling me any second.
At Richmond, you obviously had more of a playoff system built up to. Is there any different approach because of the bowl season?
No, the goal there was to get to the playoffs, and the goal here is to get to a bowl. And, now once you got into the playoffs, it was different because, you were now in a tournament, and it was a one-game elimination every week. But in terms of preparing your team to get to the playoffs and preparing your team to try to get to a bowl game, I think that's very similar.